Hello everyone. Today we are going to review the rules of capitalization in English. Now these are very important because writing is obviously an essential language skill and you need to know when to apply capital letters, otherwise known as uppercase. Alright, so this is going to enhance your writing. I think most persons are already familiar with the first rule, and that rule is that the first letter of the first word at the start of a sentence must be capitalized. I think that is standard. I don't think that should be a surprise, right? So many people enjoy football. We see many the M has to be capitalized because it is at the start of a sentence, right? If we look at this example, we see Sally will go to the beach today. However, she will stay home tomorrow. Now we see at the beginning of the sentence, Sally, it is capitalized, yes, the S. And then we see here, however, the H is capitalized because it starts a new sentence, all right? So once you see a full stop, whatever follows must be capitalized. The first letter, of course, right? Good. So I think that this is a very basic rule and most of you are already familiar with it, right? Now let's get a little more, let's delve a little deeper. I think that's the best way to put it. Let's delve a little deeper. So the second rule, when it comes to capitalization, proper nouns and adjectives. Now, if you do not know what a proper noun is the name of the specific name given to, it could be a person, a place, a thing, etc. I think it's best to explain a common noun first. So a common noun refers to a general category, right? So an example of a common noun would be car. A car is a thing, right? But if I am talking about a specific car, a brand, a specific type of car, then I would have to capitalize that specific brand. For example, no, let me not say that. If I say Corvette, that has to be capitalized because that is a specific car. But car is a general noun, right? The general thing. So that's what we call a common noun, right? The proper noun is going to be the specific name that is derived from the common noun, okay? So Spain is in Europe. Spain would have to be S would have to be in capitals because it not only starts the sentence, but it is also a proper noun. It is the name of a country. Country will be the common noun because that's a general term, but the specific term is going to be Spain, right? Oh, an example of a specific term that emerges from the general term is going to be Spain, all right? And we also have Europe. The E is capitalized because we are talking about a region, right? Region would be the common noun or even continent, right? But that the specific name or example would be capitalized. Spain is in Europe. Similarly, Lionel Messi is Argentinian. This is the name of a person, right? I'm sure most of you know who Lionel Messi is. And Argentinian. Now, Argentinian is not a noun, but it is an adjective. And a proper adjective is just going to be an adjective which is derived from a noun. So this would obviously be derived from Argentina, which is the name of the country. So the nationality has to be capitalized also, right? Now, this extends to days of the week, months of the year, holidays, anytime a specific entity or event is named, that element is going to be capitalized. However, we do not use capitals with seasons, right? Unless the seasons fall within a title or whatnot. But that's something that we'll see later on, right? But we generally do not use capitals with the seasons: summer, winter, autumn, spring, right? Another thing to note on proper nouns. Generally, we do not use capitals when we are when we are using words like mom, dad, grandpa, etc. Right? Those are generally common nouns because they refer to types of family members. However, if we use them as proper nouns, and let me explain what I mean. So if we use them as direct addresses, okay? So let's use mom. If I say my mom, now mom is common in that case because we have the possessive adjective before it, my, okay? It is just a general word used to refer to, to describe the relation, right? But if I say I am going to visit mom and I use a capital M, that mom is specific because that mom can be replaced by her actual name. So mom replaces her name. So in that context, mom is acting as a proper noun. So we capitalize it, right? I'm going to visit mom tomorrow. Or I'm going to visit mom, period, right? That mom will be capitalized. But if I use it as a common noun, I would say I am going to visit my mom tomorrow, right? So I hope that you understand the difference there when it comes to family titles. So we can capitalize family titles if we are using them as proper nouns, or in other words, as direct addresses. If we also include the name, then of course we have to capitalize both of them. So Uncle Peter is coming to see us soon. U and P have to be capitalized. We've included the name, so yeah. Yeah. So with family titles, we can use capitalization under certain circumstances, right? That's right. All right. That would be it for proper nouns. Now let's go on to words in the title of works. Now, when we have a title, whether it's the title of a movie, title of a story, title of any work, everything is capitalized apart from conjunctions, prepositions, and articles. Those elements are usually left in lowercase, okay? So if we look at the first example, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that's the name of, well, it's a movie based on a story, right? So we see Charlie, that's capitalized. We see chocolate is capitalized, and we see factory is capitalized. But the two words that are not capitalized are and the. Why is that? Because and is a conjunction and the is an article. Remember, we do not capitalize these three elements. So everything else will be capitalized. Okay? Similarly, I am number 4. So this is the name of a movie. Very good movie. It's a science fiction movie. You should check it out, right? So we see everything is capitalized because we do not have any of these elements present. Those elements being conjunctions, prepositions, or articles. I, pronoun, am, verb, noun, noun. See? So just remember, whenever you have a title, every word must be capitalized with the exception of conjunctions, prepositions, and articles. Okay? Good. 4. This is a rule that is often overlooked. The letter I, anytime you use it by itself, it must be capitalized, right? In other words, when you use it as a pronoun, it must be capitalized, no matter, regardless of where it falls in the sentence. So my family and I are going to France next week. You see? Of course, we capitalize the M because that's the start of the sentence. I has to be capitalized because that's just the rule of English, right? And then we've capitalized France because it is the name of a country. Okay? That's right. And of course, just to track back a bit, when it comes to proper nouns and adjectives, languages will also be included. So French, Spanish, Italian, all of those will be capitalized, right? Yeah. So yes, they thought that I was ready. Of course, the T is capitalized because it starts a sentence, and I has to be capitalized regardless of where it occurs. So anytime I is used by itself, it must be capitalized, okay? Do not write a common I if you're using it as a pronoun, no. 5, titles. And when I say title, I'm referring to titles that are given to persons, right? So the students always go to Mr. Blackman when they are having trouble with anything. So Mr. has to be capitalized, yes. And of course, Blackman will be capitalized because that's the name, surname of someone. Call Dr. Andrews for more information. Yep. So when we use, whether it's professor, doctor, Mr., Mrs., etc., those terms are capitalized, right? 6, the first word of a quote when the quote is a complete sentence. Sean said, people forgive, but they do not forget. So we see the P, the start of the quote must be capitalized. And the teacher said something strange. Everyone passed the test. So you see the difference here is that we've used a colon to introduce the quotation. Okay? I don't know why so many motorcycles are traveling along this road today, but the show must go on. Right. So, when it comes to the colon, though, we do not capitalize the next word if we are listing things, because we know that a colon is used to introduce a list. The only time we capitalize the word after a colon is if it is used to introduce a quote, and that quote is a complete sentence. It can also be used if there are a series of sentences, of complete sentences, of course. But otherwise, what follows will be put in lowercase. So it really depends on the context. But generally, after the colon, we use it for a complete sentence that is a quote or a series of complete sentences, okay? And with a semicolon, no. We do not capitalize. 7, abbreviations and acronyms. So usually shortened forms of countries, organizations, etc. We capitalize every single word, not just the initial letter, but every single letter, sorry. Not just the initial letter, but every single letter. So USA, United States of America. VAT, value added tax. And you see, the word that represents each letter, that word starts with a capital letter. WHO, World Health Organization. And BA, Bachelor of Arts. So if we are writing and we want to use these abbreviations, every letter must be in uppercase. All right, and if we're spelling it out, be sure that each of the words that is represented by the letter is put in uppercase. Right. So these are 7 rules of capitalization in English. I hope that this lesson was useful and clear. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.